So, Louise,
So, Dewald,
episode 100.
was that not incredible?
Yes. But did you ever think that we are going to be here?
Did I ever think we would get to 100 episodes of the Lucentlands podcast?
Yes.
Definitely not. I never imagined it. In fact, it took ages for you nagging me to start a podcast. And here I am now. Wild horses wouldn't drag me away. I absolutely love chatting to people.
Wild horses.
Yes, it's an expression. I'm allowed to use those, you know.
But yeah, I don't know. It's been so flippin' awesome that I'm actually lost for words.
The incredible people we've met and the things that they've shared with us. And they've all come voluntarily. Some of them we've had to ask several times.
We've also done this voluntarily at this point.
Absolutely voluntarily. A passion project, you know. As they all say, you must have passion. But
Yes.
you know, passion you can't buy at the shop. You either come with it or you don't. But
No.
it's one of those things. But passion has certainly sustained this project. Look at where we've gotten to. Look at the incredible people we've spoken to. And the stories we've heard, we never in our wildest dreams could have imagined. So,
A lot of the stuff, it's like you've been in the industry for a long time. That you've known the people a long time. You've known about some of the stuff for a long time, but to get it from the wild horse's mouth, as you would say, has been incredible.
yes, it has, because the wonderful thing is you see asking them a question and you see them think about it and you see them just shoot from the hip. It's not in writing. It's not a pre-scripted movie or anything like that. It's directly from the people in a conversational manner. And that's what makes it so special.
And there's no agenda with this. With any of the conversations we've had, we've not invited anybody here with an agenda behind it.
No.
It was genuinely because we are curious about those people's stories, or they had something newsworthy to share. It's been, yeah, and that's excuse me. That's what I envisioned this thing to be from the beginning. It must be those conversations, and as we always say to the people before we start rolling, this must be like you sitting listening to somebody. You're overhearing something, as I would say, 'n bietjie van 'n vark oorgooi.
Yes. It should be a conversation that you would like to listen to and continue listening to. And it is like that for us as it unfolds. And, you know, my background is in print journalism. So I would have to go and see people, interview them, write their story down, and then you have to write, and then he laughed.
Ha ha ha.
Ha, ha, ha. It's just like
It doesn't have the same punch.
Somehow it doesn't quite work the same way. And the way having people here and seeing their immediate response to a question you ask them and seeing people's genuine conversational expressions, it's just magic. So for all of those that have been listening to us and have followed our journey, thank you for joining this with us. It's been incredible. And we're definitely planning to continue this and taking it a long way down the road.
So this is episode 100 that we recorded today, and that we are going to be putting out as episode 100. What do you envision for the next 100? Or what would you like to? Who would you like to have here? Let's put it out there on the interwebs and the Ethernet and see what comes out of the woodworks.
You know, it's difficult to name names, but the stellar, incredible people from the fruit industry, from the agricultural sector, the people that are making a difference across the board and also internationally. You know, it's really nice to have the opportunity to speak to people that are making a difference and contributing to the agricultural sector on an international level. It's been incredible. And sometimes, you know, we walk into a podcast blind, as we did at the Citrus Summit.
Yes.
And we would just say, well, speak to this person. And they walk in and we know nothing about them.
We heard their name like 2 minutes before.
And they walk in and we ask them to introduce themselves. And then they tell us who they are and what they do. And then you kind of have to lift your jaw up off your chest because you find out who this person is and what they're doing. And then you have to keep your pose
Yeah.
and continue the conversation with them. And that just makes it incredible. I must say, as I said to you before, the podcast makes me jump out of bed and come rushing to the studio to actually chat to people, because the stories we hear are both significant, very interesting, and sometimes they're very, very amusing as well. But it all adds together to our wonderful agricultural sector. And long may we continue these conversations.
Yeah. It's I've been a podcast fan for so long, and it's always. Don't you find it still strange to tell people you've got a podcast?
I do. And particularly when I tell people, my friends and family, people that are kind of my age, and they look at me, and I say, and we've got a podcast. Then they look at me and they say, what? A podcast? What's that? Just like when we say, we have our own YouTube channel, and people nearly fall over. But what's wrong with that? Everybody's got a story to tell. And look at all the incredible stories we've heard from people.
And like the weirdest places that random people would come up to us because they listen to the podcast. One of the weirdest was at the Citrus Symposium last year, like 10 o'clock at night at the Street Food Festival, going to the bathroom, and there's a guy come stand next to you, which is always an uncomfortable situation. And
In the men's bathroom.
Yeah, and he looks at me and he says, "Jy's mos Dewald van die podcast." And it's like, yes.
Yes. And being in Guangzhou and being told that there's a local...
Yeah, you were busy cleaning your son's flat.
I was cleaning my son's bathroom floor when I got a call from my husband to say there is somebody that he's just met who is a listener to the Lucentlands podcast who would like to meet me. So I had to get up off the floor and clean my hands and actually make myself presentable and go and meet the listener. So it's phenomenal. And then when we were in a hotel in Egypt, somebody walked up to us and also recognized us. So these are strange things that happen. And
that's not why we do this.
Not at all. But this is one of the weird side effects, is that this kind of things happen. You know, they happen. And but it's so inspiring, and it's so wonderful to hear people's stories. And everybody's got something to add. Everybody's got a story. And the contributions to our amazing agricultural sector, we really just appreciate it. And we appreciate everybody who comes on our podcast and everybody who listens. So thank you.
Yeah, every single guest, because they've had to take an hour plus out of their days to come and talk nonsense to us. Sometimes they think they're talking nonsense to us, but actually it's far from that. It is, and people opening up their homes, like for instance Zander in Tzaneen. It's like visiting an old friend.
Yes. It certainly is. And the journey takes us to places we never could imagine. And just as before we sat down to do this podcast, this comment on the podcast, I was walking down the passage here in our office block and looking at our banner and thinking, it's actually incredible that we've made it to 100 episodes and we've met some amazing people. In fact, all of them have been incredible people to chat to.
Yeah. And we must also say thank you to the people behind the scenes. It's you might think it's easy to find people to talk to, but it's not easy. So for us there's been a couple of weeks here and there that we've skipped an episode. Often it was because we were busy or we simply couldn't find somebody to talk to. To find people that we can speak to is a major challenge. So anybody that got suggestions, send them our way. But then also somebody like Raylene, who puts the marketing material out and the shorts and the newsletters and everything behind the scenes. I go home now, I take the cards out, I download them, I back them up, and then somewhere along the line I've got to start editing these, which all takes a lot of behind the scenes time that nobody sees. And when you look at the studio as it is now, which has been a dream, that's also happened. This is all self-funded.
All self-funded. We painted the walls ourselves. We crawled around on the floor, up the ladder. We Dewald hung the blinds. We put this whole place together, and all done with passion.
Yes.
Nobody's paid us to do any of this. This is all our own doing. So we must really want to do this. So please, we want you to keep listening, and
Yes.
we want you to send other people our way that we might not know about. So if you've got people that you think we should speak to, please send us
Yeah.
please send us a connect to them.
And just again, thank you to everybody. Here's to the next 100 episodes. We don't have a birthday cake here. We've got some leftover fruit from today's podcast.
But we're very excited, and thanks for listening.
And if you've made it this far in this little episode, tell us what you would like to see now after 100 episodes. We are open to suggestion. Give us your honest opinion. What would you like to see? Would you like something tangible from this? We were contemplating maybe putting a book out with the first 100 interviews. We've got all the transcripts. We can make a book with it. Would you be interested in something like that? So,
Let us know. Thank you.
all right, here we go.